Hey everybody, this is Jyricos, and welcome back to Eternal Darkness. Last time, we played as Roberto Bianchi, an architect who really threw himself into his work. Oh, I'm sorry for that one. That didn't feel good. But we ended his story, and in doing so, he ran into the ghost of Kareem, who actually gave him the essence of Ulyaoth.
You will be executed in the most painful manner imaginable. After we have broken your frail body and mind, in the name of our true Lord, Ulyaoth. Come, my children, feast on this morsel, and let us return to our preparations.
This is the one that seeks to do combat with me.
Your task, my liege and greater guardian, is to guard this place. Do not worry about this worm. His kind yelps in terror at the sight of your mightiness. We will dispose of him ourselves.
If I'm to guard this place, then I will do it as I see fit. Be gone. Leave me. And I will guard the artifact as you have instructed.
Venture no further, or be struck down where you stand.
Who? What?
I am the guardian of this temple, the Forbidden City. None shall enter except the chosen. Speak. You are the chosen. For many years I have tested those who came here, and all have failed. You are unaffected by the power I wield, and thus must surely be the chosen.
I?
Once I was as you were, confused and without answers, yet they came in time. Now my duty is complete. I can finally rest. My sacrifice was not in vain.
Who actually gave him the essence of Chattur'gha. We don't have access to that, but it keeps passing from hand to hand. We've got the essence of Madrock. Maybe we'll find a way to get that to Alex at some point. Anyway, it's time to explore the next chapter. A war to end all wars.
The war to end all wars redefined how mankind looked at war and the value of human life. Over 19,000 men lost their lives every day in the trenches of the Somme. Some say uselessly, some invoke a higher cause. I read accounts of the slaughter from many journalists who spent time in the trenches, but I found the account of a certain Peter Jacob to be the most horrible of all. His implication about the ancients' involvement with the war was hideous and so obvious. With the horror of the Battle of the Somme scant miles away and the distant echoes of pounding artillery, a young journalist named Peter Jacob researched his latest story from the front lines. His grim task brought him to Ulyaoth Cathedral, now transformed into a field hospital.
I find no solace in the purpose behind all the senseless violence that surrounds me. Young men die at a rate unheard of in centuries of warfare. Shelling, machine guns, and mustard gas rip, pierce, and burn their flesh. Men soak gauze in their own urine to stop the insidious gas. The hospitals here cannot cope with the torrent of wounded.
Meet Peter Jacob, the young journalist. And I'll go ahead and tell you, this is the first chapter when I originally played the game that left me extremely uneasy. I mean, zombie horror is one thing, but this is just a little too real. So, first thing first, let's just grab this glowing bit of paper near us. A soldier's letter lies on the table, waiting to be sent home. And before we read it, let's take a look at what equipment he starts with. We've got a lucky penny, an old coin marked in a peculiar manner. It has held sentimental value for someone. Whoever holds the penny will undoubtedly receive good fortune. Good fortune doesn't seem like it's in the cards for us. Flashpan. Photographer's flashpan used to hold combustible powders that when ignited create a large white flash. This can be used to stun some enemies. Let's absolutely equip that. It could be helpful since he doesn't have a real weapon. And flash powder is ammo for it. Let's read the soldier's letter. First letter from Private Reginald Jackson to his love Margaret. I was admitted to this hospital on Tuesday. The damage caused to my legs was slight, but there's no way that I could ever walk normally again. I hate this place. Every day I'm reminded that I'll never be able to do the things I love. The hospital is a very strange place. Converted from an old cathedral, there's an odd atmosphere about it. Silent, but for the words of the wounded calling out in the night. There's no doubt it is haunted. But what I find most odd in this place is that you never see anyone leave during the day. It's not right. No goodbyes or farewells, just an empty bed when you wake. That's enough to put anybody on edge. Covered with blood-stained sheets, these poor souls have passed from this world. For them, the suffering's over, but for those around them, the ordeal continues. And if you inspect one of these tents, the faint sound of moaning emanates from behind the linen veils. Whispered utterances, frantic prayers to loved ones, words offered only by those who face their mortality. It's truly depressing. With a motherly voice, the nurse advises that Peter get some rest. Well, that's nice, but I'm not sure we can rest in this place. The soldier's rather distressed. Perhaps he's lost a lot of friends to the trenches of the Somme. He confides that the only stories are sad ones. And the only true heroes are in the mortuary. Well, this place has definitely changed a lot since last time we were here. Let's explore and, where that one body was being dragged, there's no longer a door over here, just a wall. An odd collection of colored lines decorate the wall. Below the design, steps appear to lead up into the wall, going nowhere. Yeah, you'll recognize what that is, but it's a 7-point circle. We can't do anything with that. Remember it for later. Hey, buddy, can I play the organ? The guard frowns and ushers Peters away from the organ. He explains it is one of the few antiques in the region that has so far survived the war, and that while he's alive, it will remain intact. Good on you, dude. You guard that organ with your life. Hey, another guard. Guard quietly but strongly points out, the area is off limits to civilians. Sure. The altar is cleared of all valuables, not only to prevent looting, but also to afford space for medical supplies, and even as an operating table should the need arise. Ooh. Dark, but it honestly makes sense. Well, not everything has changed from last time we were here. We've still got the cathedral's tabernacle, fashioned from aged, varnished mahogany. Its doors are closed, and there doesn't appear to be any way of opening it manually. Well, I know one way we can open it, but the guy won't let us play the organ. Maybe remember that for later. And Peter finds a sealed envelope seems to have been left behind. It looks rather official. Let's open it. We get some soldiers' orders. An official note on Army Regulation Stationery. The note reads, Private Thompson, by order of Lieutenant Hargraves, on behalf of His Royal Highness George V, you are to leave your post of duty and rally in the street outside Ulyaoth Cathedral. Further orders will be presented at the rallying point. God save the king. Well, maybe we'll do something with that in a little bit. This is kind of neat. Standing here, you can look out and see what the whole scene looks like. Maybe we can explore the old tower. Will this guy let us in? Abruptly, the guard asks if Peter has clearance for the old tower, as it is a restricted area. I guess not. Well, in that case, let's run back to the other end of the cathedral. Now, thankfully, Peter is a young man, so he's got lots of stamina. Oh, but it will run out eventually. Head back this way. So many war supplies. Let's go check out the upstairs. Wait, what do you say? You gonna talk to me? I'll have to wait for her to move, I think. Stacked deeply on the landing, crates of medical supplies await use. Syrettes of morphine, bandages, tourniquets, antiseptics. The list goes on and on. You gonna walk? Oh, you say the same thing the other nurse said. And we come here. This looks familiar, but quite a bit different as well. It's interesting, if you look at the stained glass windows, you can see squares are missing. I mean, ravages of time and war, not really surprised. Oh, it's a grim sight looking down at that. But nothing we can do right now, so let's move on. And hello, found another letter. Second letter from Private Reginald Jackson to his love Margaret. I've been here for over a week now, and there is no word when I'll be allowed to leave. Strange things have happened. At night, the sounds of the hospital change. Echoes of voices that don't belong to anyone haunt the walls and corridors. The restless ghosts, perhaps, or sounds of movement, or whispers. I've seen war firsthand, and the sounds at night in this hospital scare me more than I ever thought possible. What is going on here at night? Why do I feel so threatened? My fears are worsened by the talk of the other young soldiers. One said he had heard cries for help in the middle of the night, cries that were only answered by snarls of rage and not compassion. Another said Lance Corporal Haskell had not been discharged but had gone missing. I stared at his empty bed, with a sense of unholy dread gnawing at my heart. Yeah, if you remember that scene we saw at the end of last episode, you probably have a guess what's happening. I'm not gonna outright spoil it, though. Nothing else to find up in the bell tower. I think there's, yeah, just one more room that we haven't explored yet, or at least tried to enter. It's this one. The guard shifts about, obviously bored with his duty, and awaiting a replacement, or perhaps a call to arms. Well, we've got orders for you. The guard unfolds the orders and begins to read them before exclaiming, Bloody hell, lad! We must be on the offensive! Following the orders, he takes leave of his post. I don't know why he's suddenly Scottish. But him moving allows us to enter this room. Designed to muster patriotic feelings, these posters declare that the Allies are fighting the good fight. Small comfort for the occupants of the room whose spent corpses line the cold cathedral floor. And it's a small thing, but it's a nice touch that here we are in Amiens, France, so of course the posters are in French. Stacked like logs, Peter stands before the price of human war, the bloody corpses of young men who have made the ultimate sacrifice to defend their own countries and those of others. Oh, but we found a revolver abandoned on a nearby pew. Let's take that. And a mortar shell hits the church, or at least near it, knocking out the power. Try to leave the room. Familiar effect happens. And Peter wanders down the same path. A new statue's been added. Roberto Bianchi. Oh, what a sad end he met. Let's go ahead and grab the tome. And the first thing you want to do, now that we've got the tome, let's cast the 5-pointed shield. Because we have a gun, but the gun's not great against all enemies. And let's equip the... Wait, no, I unequipped it. It was already equipped. Make sure the flashpan's equipped. With our shield, we want to wander out because now that it's gone dark, the monsters are out. Oh no. Oh, poor woman. Sadly, there's nothing we can do for her here. The gun will not avail you well against the bone thieves. So what you want to do, you know what? Stun y'all. And then get on through. I'm going to switch the gun because I want to examine you. Guard lies dead at the foot of the steps, viciously assassinated by the creatures now infesting the cathedral. He went quickly and without much of a struggle. Oof. Well, get on through here. I'm sorry. We can't help her. Go up the stairs. Your goal here is to get to this room as quick as possible. Once you do, well, actually, let's take a moment and reload the flash powder. Might have use of that. Yep, we're good. You'll see on the back wall here, a aged wooden plaque on the wall bears a 2-edged sword. So even if you didn't get this as Anthony, you will still pick it up here. This is Peter's main melee weapon. Also some ammunition for that revolver. This room has fallen into disuse. The shelves, once full of books and scrolls, are now rife with dust, bearing nothing but trash and debris. Nothing but a bunch of rats up here now. Let's head down. And... Nope. Nope. Let her go. Nope. And, yep. He still managed to get a hold of her. Though it looked like we killed him, we didn't. Now we gotta fight him. There we go, taken out. Yeah, once they've grabbed a hold of the person, it's pretty much a lost cause. Ooh, hello. You can die. Chop y'all in half. Yeah, let y'all just die there and, you know, wither away. Got some rifle ammunition. Boxes of medical supplies awaiting use and treatment. Covered with bloody fingerprints. It's hard to tell whether they are actually used to save lives or just to relieve the suffering. Now you'll want to keep an eye out because there are pickups all over the place. Little bits of ammo. Let's grab a torch. And the fun thing is, when it's dark, you can see the pickups a little bit easier because they actually glow slightly. It's kind of funny. But that torch might be useful. This room has been converted into a rudimentary morgue. Bloodstained sheets cover the unfortunate souls who have passed beyond. Nothing we can do for these poor souls.
I've waited for you. You are mine. Don't disappoint me now. I've waited such a long time, Alex.
Never! I know what you are. I've seen what happened.
You can try to fight me, but in the end you shall succumb to my desires. My foolish child, you don't even know your own destiny.
Get away from me!
So yeah, that spirit that's been haunting her was was actually pious, trying to mess with her. Kind of an interesting change up there. You probably guessed that from the last time we saw the ghost. The altar stands wreathed in cold mist. As Peter nears the stone, a sense of deep woe gnaws at his heart. The cathedral is undoubtedly evil and not the holy place he had thought it to be. Now I want to check. My health is low. And we know that there were some nasty bone thieves out there. Too early. So let's put up a shield. And let's go take the fight to them. Because you just know they're waiting for us out here. And yeah, there's some slowdown at this point because the game tries to render too many things at once. I like to go for the revealed bone thieves first because the other guy is slower. And if you want 3 bone thieves fighting you at once, that's your choice. I don't recommend it. And there was one more back here, the nurse. Let's get her before she comes after us. Yep, there we go. 3 hits, and they're revealed. Then 2 hits to the skull, and you're good. Let's heal up. Peter, thankfully, has a very large magic gauge. Decent health, but not a great amount of sanity. Ooh, look what's here now. A rifle lies on the altar, probably discarded by a fleeing guard. I'll definitely take it. It might be useful. One of the cathedral's guards lies dead by his post. His death was sudden and violent, his broken limbs twisted at odd angles, with a trickle of blood issuing from his mouth and ears. Ooh. That's real rough. And the guard over here is nowhere to be seen. Maybe he was the fleeing one. A piece of very old paper sits on the pipe organ, callously misplaced and forgotten. A sheet of music. It's the same sheet of paper from way back when. A piece of parchment with some musical notations written on it, somewhat tattered, probably through years of use. Let's try playing. The shelling has knocked out the cathedral's generator. The organ cannot be used without a supply of power. It can probably be used if power is restored. Well, let's head downstairs and see if we can't figure something out. We've got this room we've been in before, and nope, fight me. Oh, shoot. It won't let me swing my sword, and it won't let me leave the room. Oh, this is not going to go well. Not only are they hitting me and draining my health, they're also sapping my magic. There's not really anything I can do here. Except it wasn't real. First time that happened to me, I was so angry. I thought I was going to die, and I hadn't saved my game in a while, and the game was messing up and wouldn't let me attack. The desk kept meticulously clean. Peter's surprised that it is not more chaotic for a frontline hospital. After all, isn't this where the death certificates are written? Maybe people aren't doing the job they're supposed to be doing. Interesting. Supplies. Quite a bit of them, and they don't seem to be used up. What's over here? Like the Marie Celeste, the desk hasn't been touched in some time, as though its user suddenly turned away and never returned. A half-written letter bespeaks silent, unfinished activity. Let's wander through. And I know the pipe organ used to be powered by this. The workings of the pipe organ have remained mostly the same since installation. Originally, the bellows were driven manually. Now, they're steam-powered, and the organ controlled electrically. This might be one of the oldest restored pipe organs in the world. Got some rifle ammunition. Yeah, I think we can probably put that to use. In this room, there are some trappers. Shoot it. There are 2 of them. Oh, or there are 3. Yep, there's 3. Take care of you. A soldier's body lies on the floor. Far from the front line, this poor man met his end. His fate is far removed from his brothers in arms, a victim of the cathedral rather than by bullet or bayonet. If you examine the wine casks, the game mutes itself. Boy, that's annoying.
This can't be happening.
Casks full of maturing wine line the cellar amidst the wraiths of the cold air. When the war's over, if it ever is, the wine will be of a good vintage. But nothing we can do with that. And if you try to examine, you're just examining the body. So that secret passageway is gone now. But we have 2 new rooms. Let's head over here and see. Dark room here. This device appears to be a steam-powered generator. It sits idly, waiting for steam to be supplied to it. There's a lever, presumably to switch the generator on and off. If you pull the lever, it's not going to do anything, because it's not getting any steam. And we've got, perched on the wall beside the generator, is an open-face fuse box. Fuse appears to be missing. There's no sign of where it could be. Well, maybe we'll find it. Head in the other room. Old, rusty, but faithful for many years, a coal-burning boiler provides heat and steam to the cathedral complex. There's currently no pressure being diverted to the generator. Let's turn the wheel and divert some to the generator, shall we? Also, there's a door here, but although it's unlocked, it won't open. It's as if there's a large object on the other side blocking its movement. Well, at least now that we've diverted steam, let's go ahead. The generator's working, but doesn't appear to be providing a power to all the circuits of the cathedral. Perhaps a fuse is blown? There's a lever to switch it on and off. No, pull it again and it won't do anything. Said the fuse is blown. I'll go ahead and tell you, you're not going to find the fuse. You've got a lucky penny. Kids, don't do this at home. In a rush of inventiveness, Peter jams the lucky penny in place of the fuse. Amazingly, it works. The fuse has been replaced. Yeah, don't do that. Generator has a steady supply of steam, and all the circuits appear to be intact. Let's pull the lever. And we have power! The lights are back on. So let's examine it. This steam-driven generator is a monstrosity, as though Jules Verne had dreamed it. An antique behemoth covered in brass fittings and spikes wreathed in thorns of crackling electricity. The generator is working and providing power to the cathedral's circuits. So you know what? Now that it's working, let's check out this room again. Because it's got the door, but you may not have noticed in the dark, there appears to be a hole in the wall. It's large enough for a small dog to pass through. Well, you know what that means. That means first we need to do one quick restoring of sanity. Because anytime you do a summon, it drains your sanity as the summon is out. So if your sanity is empty, the summon will just disappear if you try to summon it while you have no sanity. There we go. Summon a trapper. Let's go through the hole. See what's on the other side. It's a corpse. The body of a soldier, a patient from the hospital, lies slumped against the door. Trying to hide from the horror, he had barricaded himself inside the room before succumbing to his wounds. Well, target him and use the trapper spell to teleport him to the Trapper Dimension. Sad, but it's the only way we can really get him, to move there. And inside, we find a circle of power sits atop a stack of crates in the middle of the room. We get a 7-point circle of power. I'm gonna have to use some of those spells soon. This room is used to store coal for use in the steam boiler that powers the cathedral's generator. Small piles are all that's left, and with the almost endless war, a resupply is a long way off. But thankfully, now that we've resupplied power, let's head back up and take a look at that organ. Maybe see if we can put it to use. Alright. Ooh. That was really close. And although I like the whole, the glass shattering inward, I feel like they should have animated a little bit of Peter's reaction. Oh well. Incredibly old but well-preserved pipe organ. The workmanship is quite exquisite, but borders on the grotesque. Tiny demonic figures hide within the swirling facade designs, almost invisible to the eye. Well, we might as well play it. Hope you remember the pattern, because it's slightly obscured, but it hasn't changed over the years. Oh, I love this little bit of music here. It's just kind of sweeping and epic, even though it's short. And the tabernacle opens. Let's take a look at what we found. Tabernacle's almost empty. Empty of all the things that should be there, such as holy water and other ritualistic items. There's only a door handle lying on the lower shelf. That might be useful. Okay, let's be honest. In this game, if you find it, it's probably almost always useful. Haha! Blew your head off. Actually, you know what? Let's switch up revolver for you. See? Dodging it? Ah! Get off. No, lock on. He is dodging the revolver. Alright. Fine. Rifle. No, get off. Apparently I'm not close enough and not locking on properly. Okay. Ranged weapons are not the way to go. Stun you. Two-edged sword. Kill you off. Kill you off. I thought it'd be fun to kind of shoot them. I'm amazed I managed to kill the one, but apparently that was a fluke. Alright, that's enough healing for the moment. So we've got a 7-point circle of power here. We need Reveal Invisible. So what was it? Xel'lotath and Redgamore. So Xel'lotath, Redgamore, and then toss in 4 Pargons. So let's cast that since it's a blue spot. Let's Reveal Invisible with green. Yeah, good luck trying to cast a 7-point Circle of Power spell in the middle of battle. That's definitely why I'm keeping the 3 points as my quick cast. After the magic has taken hold, a heavy oak door is revealed. Scratches and dents infest the wood, telling a long, dark story. It's missing its handle. Seems to be no way to open it. Well, isn't it lucky? We just found the door handle. Let's head inside. Some revolver ammunition. Some more revolver ammunition. Kind of useless against the bone thieves, but it might be useful against some other things. It's actually... Oop, no, wrong thing. Equip that, and then reload. Now head on down. This eerie green glow of the Reveal Invisible is disturbing, and you know what? I'm gonna actually shoot you guys. I want to see if I can trigger y'all to explode. Oh, there we go. Oh! So, that one's a bone thief. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Screw it, two-handed sword. Okay. There we go. Ah, played that way too closely. And it's another bone thief, isn't it? Yep. And he died. Let's try that room again. Alright, let's try this now. This time without the messing around. And with a shield to prevent, you know, all that health loss at the start. There we go. Bone thief, you're fine. Take you out. I think you're also a bone thief. The bugs crawling on the screen, that's a new one we haven't seen before. It literally looks like there are bugs inside your TV, which, I mean, back in the old days, that was entirely possible, which was creepy. Ugh. Alright, we're doing alright. Head on down here. And we got a horror. Let's see. Wake up these guys. Take you out. Okay. Lure you so I can heal. Get rid of them. And now, let's use the rifle on you. Shoot your mouths there, or eyes rather. Oh, ouch. Oop, low health, low health. Okay. Get out of the way. Oh, I missed. Got him. Okay. Let's reload this. Our magic and health are dangerously low. Oh yeah, I don't even have this magic required to cast heal. You know what? Nope. We're playing with low sanity. There we go. Heal a little bit there. So we came in through here. That door is locked. Let's try going through this door. And we turned into a zombie. I legit can't remember if we've already seen this or not, but basically go through a couple doors and it should revert. This one is one I find it amusing for a second, but then it gets annoying because just you move so slow. Go through 2 doors and you die.
This can't be happening.
Now you probably heard there are some trappers here. I actually, let's see, where are they? There's one. I want to set this one off rather than kill them off from a distance. Partly, I want to get some magic back because we're so low. Wait for it to change. Oh, I love the 2 of them fighting in the distance. There we go. Let's refill our magic. You, get out of my way. Shame we can't just cast spells in here and, you know, heal up and then refill our magic again, but I think that's why they make it so you can't cast spells in the Trapper dimension. Kill you off. There we go. And you may notice something different in here. Yeah, because we transported that guy, a young man's body lies hunched against the wall of the platform. Blood from the vicious wounds surrounding his face and neck soaks the remnants of what appears to be a uniform with a sickly dark red. Yeah, he's here in the Trapper dimension now. So if you don't kill, or if you don't get sent here by any trappers after that moment, you might never know. Oop, run away. You might never know that that happens. It's a nice touch. Alright, there's at least one more. I can hear him. Is it down here? Yes. Good riddance. Now this is something very, very useful. A milky blue bottle stands on the altar. Peter's found a magical elixir. A small milky blue bottle stoppered with a chipped cork. This magical elixir will restore all of Peter's magical energy. So It's an instantaneous heal. It's not like a spell. Use it and your magic is completely filled up. Save that. It will be useful. Though right now, I think I need some health restore. That fill us up? No, not quite. Let's do another small one. There we go. And we can run around. Magical energy does slowly, very slowly fill while you're standing still, but the more you move, the faster it refills. Still can't get in that door. Let's go through this one. Ooh, you die. Is there one more around the corner? No. Alright, I'm gonna reload my revolver. I love the shells falling to the floor. It's a nice touch. And... oh, Bone Thief. Sword time. Okay, why? Stupid wall getting in my way. There we go. A tattered letter lies forgotten on the chair. It's the third and final soldier's letter from Private Reginald Jackson to his love Margaret. It's been 2 weeks since Haskell went missing, and I'm afraid to go to sleep. More than once I saw shadows of people moving past my bed, peeking through the blinds to see a wounded soldier being taken from his bed, drugged and delirious in the dead of the night, never to be seen again. As Haskell was, perhaps as I will be. What happened to them, I don't know. I'm afraid to ask what happened, for I know that I would surely be the next one to be taken into the darkness. Oh, poor guy. Oh, when I was getting back to the point after we died, I totally forgot to grab the torch. Well, it makes this room a little easier to see, but it's not really needed. Row upon row of books dedicated to occult lore and arcane science, from the ludicrous to the most hideously unholy. Yikes. And this shelf appears to be recessed in the wall, not quite as flush as the others in the room, almost as if it could slide inward. We've done this before. This secret passage is still here. Ooh, another trapper. Revolver for you. Got lots of revolver ammo. Yep, with a ranged weapon you can kill the rats. Silly, but sometimes amusing. I thought that was a trapper and I was gonna kill him. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm targeting it anyway. Okay. Target that trapper quickly, then switch to your melee weapon to take this guy out. Switch back to the revolver. Hold on to that for a minute. A key lies upon the accursed shrine, glinting in the soft candlelight. The Binding Hall key. Can we actually inspect this? Oh. No, I'm not going to finish you off. I'm a little bit sort of playing harder lately because I'm letting my sanity stay empty, since enemies seeing me saps my health. Speaking of, my health is not at full. And especially because restoring sanity is cheaper magically than restoring health. But I find it fun getting to see all of the different effects that can happen. You know what? Shoot you guys. There we go. Blow up. Trigger them all. While you're blowing up, let's reload the health. Hopefully they're not close enough to actually hurt me. They probably are, aren't they? Yep. Alright. Let's cast Recover on health. Almost back to full. I'm going to top that off probably. Yeah, let's go ahead and top it off. Our magic is dangerously low. But that's okay. We got a little ways to run. Ooh. Soldier's cold and stiff body lies sprawled on the steps. Peter attempts to flip the corpse over to discover his identity, but all that's left of the man's face is a ruined mass of eaten flesh. Gross. Same thing for this guy. And hello, we got a scroll mounted on the wall. A scroll sits on a small shelf mounted upon the wall. Peter's acquired the magical attack spell scroll. Why would it be here of all places? Here in this corridor. Why indeed? It's almost as if the game is breaking the fourth wall slightly and telling you you're going to need that spell. So, magical attack. Let's read what it says. This incantation saturates an area with aligned magical energy, inflicting massive damage to all enemies within its influence. This magic will affect both large and small, for even the greatest of enemies are made of many small parts. Little bit of a hint there. I'm going to get rid of Dispel Magic and do Magical Attack. How's my health? Health is at full. Sanity is empty, the way it should be. And when we come to this door, you know what? Rather than run around and waste some time, let's use a magical energy, and you'll see it instantly puts us back at full magic. You get 5 charges of that. The corridor is ended by an elaborate door, decorated in a manner much different than the others within the cathedral. Peter senses an unbearable evil beyond that door. When he reaches it to open it, fear creeps into his gut and begins to eat at his soul. Should Peter open the door? Absolutely. It is time to fight against the Greater Guardian. First thing first, he puts a barrier behind you so that you cannot escape. Don't go too far away or you'll run into it and hurt yourself. Let's try shooting him. Oh, no, targeting the wrong thing. Okay. There we go. Shoot him.
My machinations are timeless, Peter. Your life is not.
Physical weapons are worthless against him. So, what you want to do is... I'll let him sit for a second. You want to dodge his attacks. Now, don't get too close, or he will stomp on you and do massive melee damage. So, you'll notice that's going to appear. He's going to summon 3 of them. You can shoot them, but it's not really needed. Dodge them. Do not let them hit you because they'll sap your magical energy as well as health, and then use magical attack as soon as he starts glowing. Since we've hit him once, his pattern is going to repeat. Just dodge his fireballs. He'll launch, I think, did I count 4 of them? Yeah. Then make sure you don't get grabbed by the tongue. If you do, struggle to break free, get away from his melee range, and he'll repeat the process. So, dodge the fireballs. You want to dash right before they land. Conserve your stamina. And then he'll lock onto you, move to the side. Perfect. Dodge the tongue. Launch your magic attack for a second time. You know, this phase really isn't that hard, because all she does is just launch one zap at you, dodge it, hit her for the 3rd time to end phase 1. And for hitting it 3 times, it gets slightly wounded, and we begin phase 2. In this phase, he is going to summon zombies. Don't bother trying to fight them. Just let them summon, And after a moment, he's going to start blinking. Yep, cast your spell immediately. As soon as you do, it should connect. Okay, because we hit him once, now take the time to kill off the zombies. I'm just going to chop them in half because I don't really care about doing finishing blows. And when they're chopped in half, these red ones cannot get back up again. So just give it a moment. They'll eventually fade away. And there they go. One down. Once they're all gone, he'll repeat the process. He will summon 3 more zombies. Just stand in place. Don't rush up to attack them. Don't get too close. As soon as they're summoned, he'll flash again, and that's time to use your magic for the second time this phase. And there we go. Use it now. Alright, we've managed to hit her 2 times. And thankfully, these guys they're weak enough they drop from getting hit by the magical attack. You don't have to really worry about, attacking them, finishing them off. Just wait for her to summon them one more time. And as soon as she flashes, unleash your magical attack to end phase 2. Come on. And now. With the 6th hit, phase 3 begins, and he pushes you ever closer. Now, be careful. Yeah, my health's okay. Because at this point, just keep moving, because he is going to try to stomp the ever-living crap out of you. Literally. Dodge it enough times, though, and he'll pause, winded. And that's when you cast. So we've gotten him down. He's almost defeated. Now, even if you're low on health, just keep walking and you will avoid his claws. Then launch another magical blast. This seriously is the actual easiest part of the fight. As long as you're just always moving, you'll never get hit by her blasts because you're stepping out of the runes in time. And then eventually she wears down. Do your magical attack for the 9th and final time. And with that, we've done it. We defeat the Greater Guardian. It collapses into the pit. The glass behind it shatters to reveal the essence of Xel'lotath. Let's go claim our prize. With the Guardian of Ulyaoth vanquished, and the stained glass that kept it hidden lying in pieces, the essence of Xel'lotath is now liberated. Its magic beckons to Peter, calling to him. He approaches cautiously. Yes, retrieve the essence of Xel'lotath. Peter reaches out for the artifact, but pulls away as he feels its corrosive magic close on his hand. Wrapping his hands in a shred of clothing, he carefully lifts the artifact from its resting place. It's smart to use cloth and not touch it with his skin.
And that was how I came by it. I know it sounds crazy, but there you have it. The only proof I have is that statue.
It's a strange one. I've seen one like it before.
You have?
Yes. Very rare, though. Very obscure.
I've had experts take a look at it, and none of them know what it is. And you do.
I'm somewhat of an expert on these things myself. An interest I developed a long time ago while I was a young man.
Then you should keep it. Lord knows I have no interest in it. I am sure it's the cause of my sleeplessness. I keep thinking about it, as if it's calling out to me.
Then a drink, perhaps. For the gift. For an unusual objet d'art.
And so, the essence of the god that is dominant to the one Pius picked is now in Edward's possession. Maybe that means it's somewhere in the mansion and we'll be able to find it. Having stopped reading, Alex discovers a small penny taped to the back of Peter's chapter page. It's the same lucky penny. So let's go out and wander around and see what we can find. Maybe we'll find some use for the lucky penny.
Help me! Please help me!
That's more than a little creepy. You okay?
I can't get the blood out!
That was very creepy. But we found a basement key, so we can finally go take a look in the basement of the mansion. Let's head in here. This door, which has been locked this whole time. Let's use the key. And we get to explore down here. And the first thing we'll find, off on the left wall, a pump-action shotgun hangs from a plaque mounted on the dusty wall. Alex gets a shotgun. Very fitting. Wander over here. Some shotgun shells. Huh, interesting door. But what's in here? Just a big old room, mostly empty, with a mechanical device secured to the floor. Long metal screws hold a dull metal dish firmly against the floor. Locking mechanism is fixed to the top of the dish, looking toward the ceiling. Don't really know what that's about, but I suppose we'll find out in time. And you'll notice the well has been filled with cement, so we can't go down into Xel'lotath through here. Let's see. More ammunition. It's this big safe. The safe is large and old-fashioned, made in the days when security was derived from the heavy metal construction rather than secure locking mechanisms. Doesn't look like it would be too difficult to break the combination if only Alex had a stethoscope to hear the tumblers more clearly. Foreshadowing, maybe? Also, we found the fuse box! A fuse box and circuit breaker array is situated upon the wall. All but one of the fuses are intact. The absence of this one is suspicious. Until it is replaced, the circuit connected to it is useless. Well, we know what to do with that lucky penny. Alex jams the lucky penny in place of the missing fuse. Trip the breaker. And hey, the servant's bathroom is finally lit up. The room that was too dark to do anything up there. Let's go explore and see what's waiting for us in there. Head back upstairs. Now something interesting is going to happen because we're so low on sanity. That idyllic pasture scene. Oh, it's very different now. A hellish depiction of some monstrous landscape. Blood-colored sky hangs over a dementedly surreal land, in which flayed skins flap in an acidic breeze. What mind could have conceived this? So, I believe... Yep, you're still watching me. Absolutely disturbing. But enough of that. We know that in here, we can finally see, we find a page from the journal of Maximilian Rivas. I sought to love all, yet now love causes me pain and suffering. I have learned to fear nothing, although it is nothing that I fear most. All that were loyal to me now number among my worst enemies. Yeah, he did go a little crazy. And we've got a medicine box. Or medicine cabinet, excuse me. An antique medicine cabinet hangs on the wall. Its wood is stained from years of use and the ambient humidity of the room. Let's open it up. And we find a chapter page. Hidden away inside the cabinet is a chapter page. Let's retrieve it. A Legacy of Darkness.
You are not free to leave this plane. until you complete a task for me. You are to hunt and kill the master of this house. Do this one thing, and you will be free. Else fear the wrath of Ulyaoth. Everything is complete for your arrival, Master. Now we must wait for the planets to align, and that is not too many years from now. Another Roivus has crossed our path. This time, we will not be so merciful.
Mercy has no place in this world.
He will meet such a horrible death that the rest of the line will never set foot in his house again.
Pray to me that they don't.
Well, that's not good. Pius figured out that Edward was in the house, and well, next time we're gonna figure out what's going on with that. With a Legacy of Darkness. That was a crazy episode fighting the Greater Guardian. It was the first real, true big boss fight, since I consider the smaller Guardians kind of mid-bosses. Next time, we're going to continue our adventure and see what poor soul we play as next. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to click like and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.